if you've ever clicked a link, bought something online, or, even just sent an email, then this story is about you. We're talking about cybersecurity, and we're going to kick things off with a single, incredibly dangerous click. So let's start with Anne. Anne is pretty much all of us. She loves how easy it is to shop online. Her info, the email, address, credit card, it's all saved on her favorite store's website. It makes for a super quick one-click checkout. It's just convenient. Then one day, an email lands in her inbox. And honestly, it looks perfect. It's got the right logo, the right colors, and it's offering a pretty sweet discount voucher. It looks totally legit. I mean, who doesn't love a good deal, right? To get that discount, the email says she just needs to do a quick verification of her account. Click a link, pop in her details. It feels completely normal, like a standard security thing she's done 100 times. So she doesn't think twice. She clicks. But that one click, that was the trap. That email was a really sophisticated fake, and a cybercriminal on the other side of the world now had everything. Before she even realized what happened, a huge chunk of money was just gone from her bank account. So this brings us to the real heart of the matter. How in the world does a simple, everyday click on an email lead to a total disaster? And maybe more importantly, what could have been done to stop it? Anne's story is really our doorway into understanding this much, much bigger picture. And trust me, the picture is massive. What happened to Anne, as awful as it was, is just one tiny skirmish happening on a gigantic digital battlefield. The threat is global, it's relentless, and it's growing bigger every single day. So what are we really talking about when we say cybersecurity? Well, the official definition is that it's the practice of protecting all our digital stuff, our computers, our networks, our data, from digital attacks or anyone getting in who shouldn't be. Basically, it's the lock on your digital front door. And the stakes here are, well, they're astronomical. By 2025, cybercrime is projected to cost the entire world economy $10.5 trillion a year. Let that sink in. That number is bigger than the GDP of every single country on Earth, except for the US and China. It's a staggering amount of money. And this isn't just some abstract global problem. It's hitting businesses hard. The average cost for a company to clean up after just one data breach has shot up from $4.45 million in 2023 to nearly $5 million in 2024. The problem isn't just big, it's getting worse. The bad guys are getting better. Okay, so if we're going to defend ourselves, we first have to understand how the attackers operate. We need to look inside their playbook. So in this next part, we're going to break down the most common tools and tactics they use. So let's look at the greatest hits. What happened to Anne? That was phishing, using those fake emails to trick people. Then there's malware, which is just nasty software that messes up your system. Ransomware is a special kind of malware that literally holds your files hostage until you pay up. And a DDoS attack, that's when they just flood a website with so much traffic that it completely crashes. And here's a perfect example of what a phishing message looks like. See how it creates panic, a sense of urgency, suspicious activity, act immediately. They're playing with your emotions to get you to act before you have time to think. It's a trick called social engineering, and it's incredibly effective. Now, to really get a DDoS attack, that traffic jam analogy is perfect. Imagine an attacker commands a whole army of infected computers, they call it a botnet, to all visit one website at the exact same time. It's like a million cars trying to get onto a tiny street. The whole thing just grinds to a halt, and no one real can get through. Okay, enough about the bad guys. We know the threats. So, how do we fight back? It's not about finding one single solution. It's about building layers of defense, like building a digital fortress to protect everything we care about online. Any really good cybersecurity strategy stands on 3 pillars. First, and maybe most importantly, is people. That's us. We have to be smart about this stuff. Second is processes. Companies need a game plan for when things go wrong. And third is technology. The tools, the firewalls, the antivirus software. The thing is, you need all 3. 1 or 2 just won't cut it. So what can you do, like today, to make yourself safer? 3 things. 1. Use strong, unique passwords for all your accounts. A password manager makes this a breeze. 2. Turn on multi-factor authentication, or MFA, everywhere you can. It is one of the single best things you can do. And 3. Keep your software updated. Those updates often patch up security holes. These 3 steps make a massive difference. All right, it is myth-busting time. First up, this idea that cybercriminals only care about giant corporations. The reality? Nope. Last year, 41% of all small businesses in the US got hit with a cyber attack. Nobody is too small to be a target. And myth number 2, my password is super strong, so I'm safe. Well, a strong password is a great start, but it's not a silver bullet. Criminals can steal them through phishing, like with Anne, or just buy them in bulk on the dark web after a data breach. That's exactly why that second layer, multi-factor authentication, is so critical. Now, here's the thing. This whole battle is constantly changing. The attackers get smarter, so our defenses have to get smarter too. So let's peek over the horizon and see what's coming next in this fight. This timeline really shows you how fast things are moving. You know, before 2015, we were mostly worried about basic viruses and spam email. Then came the era of massive ransomware attacks and huge data breaches. And looking forward, we're heading into a world with AI-powered attacks, scarily realistic deepfake scams, and even attacks on the software we all rely on. The threats are getting way more sophisticated. So what's driving this future? Well, a few big trends. First, AI is a total double-edged sword. It's going to be used by the attackers, but also by the defenders. Second, there's a huge shortage of cybersecurity experts, like millions of open jobs. And third, there's a big shift to a model called zero trust. Just think of it like this. It's a security guard that checks your ID every single time you walk into a room, even if they've seen you 100 times. It trusts no one automatically. And that brings us right back to where we began. In a world where the threats are always getting smarter and faster, the simple things we do to protect ourselves matter more than ever. So I'll just leave you with this one thought. In this world of evolving threats, is your digital door unlocked?
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to this channel for more videos.